The film starts from the Antarctic Ocean in the winter season. A huge ship was stuck in the frozen ocean. Captain was trying his best to get this ship and all his passengers out of this area safely. But the cold was getting worse, and it was almost impossible to stay alive here. In the same snowy, stormy night, he hears a man screaming. He was screaming for help. Captain reached here with his crew. The man said, "Please, either take me from here or kill me. Don't leave me here to suffer." Captain took him inside the ship, but as soon as he did this, a monster came to this ship, which was actually after that man and was asking for help to escape from him. At this time, this monster's terrible long arm is shown, and as soon as this monster comes, it starts attacking the people of this ship. Everyone fights it, but no one wins. Bullets had no effect on it. Seeing this, a soldier attacks it with a powerful mini rocket gun, but the monster does not die from it, just falls down from this ship. At that time, this monster started shaking their ship violently, due to which there was a lot of destruction inside the ship, and their lives were also in danger. Seeing this, the captain hits something strong on the ice near the monster, due to which the ice around it breaks, and the monster is buried in that cold, icy water. These people thought that the monster would have died now, but it was not. Anyway, it's morning now, and the captain comes to the man who helped him at night, and he asks, "How did this monster come after you?" As soon as the man hears this question, he starts telling his story, and such scenes go in the past. We see the childhood of that man, Victor, when he was 12 years old. Victor was the son of a very big scientist, and he wanted Victor to become a scientist and a very good doctor at the same time. After a lot of hard work by himself and his father, Victor became a scientist, and that too at a very young age. But there was no use of his science. When Victor saw that he could not save his mother, he was angry with his father that what is the use of this science, because of which we could not save our mother. His father explains to him that it is not in our power to revive a person. And from here, a new journey of Victor's life begins. He had decided that he would definitely find a way with which he will be able to revive the dead people again. He will definitely find a formula or a technique that his father does not know. After the scene is cut, we are shown the present scene again, where the monster that was buried in the water comes out of the water again. Surprisingly, despite being in such cold water, he did not sneeze. After showing him, the scenes shift back to the past, where Victor was telling his story. Victor kept working on his thinking and kept looking for ways to revive humans. Years passed when Victor was 30 years old. Then finally, he found a way to revive humans by using human organs through electricity. With his experiment, he held a meeting of big businessmen. There he showed everyone that he had revived half a human by a machine. Seeing this, all the people there got scared, because they thought that Victor is trying to challenge God by reviving a human like this, and is considering himself as God. They start saying bad things to Victor, and immediately ask him to stop this experiment. But Victor does not stop the experiment and throws a ball towards the humanoid he made. That humanoid catches that ball and also speaks. Seeing this, everyone gets scared, and immediately asks Victor to leave. No one was ready to invest money in his experiment. At that time, Victor leaves, and his creature keeps suffering in pain. Some people turned away from his research and success, because they thought that if people get to know about Victor's research, then no human will die, and this world will be filled with more humans. Sad Victor leaves, and then he calls Victor a very big businessman. Actually, the problem was that this businessman had a lot of money, a lot of business, but his life was very short. For years, he was looking for a way to cure his disease and increase his life. And now, seeing Victor, knowing about his experiment, he also had hope that he could live his life. That businessman tells Victor, "Whatever money you want, whatever things you want, whatever corner of the world you want, I will give you everything.
You make your lab and complete your experiment so that you can save my life later." Victor was very happy. He goes to his brother William's house to give him the good news that he is going to make his own lab. His brother is also happy with his success. And here Victor meets Elizabeth, William's wife, who explains to Victor that there is a line between science and God. You just complete your experiment through science. Never consider yourself God. Victor goes to a place far away, when no one knows about his experiment. He slowly changes this mansion into his lab, and he also asks for 2 big silver antennas. He knew that he would need a lot of electricity to revive a person, and no one could make so much electricity at this time. No one could make it, and to revive the whole human being, he thought of using solar energy. And these silver antennas would collect solar energy and complete his experiment and revive the human being made by him. Dillium, his wife Elizabeth, who was the niece of that big businessman, also supported Victor. They together completed this lab with Victor. After the lab was built, Victor did a lot of experiments to revive the whole human being, but he could not succeed in the experiments. Then Elizabeth told him, "Not like this. You start from the beginning, focus on yourself, make it the way you are." Victor understood Elizabeth's words and started his experiment from a new set. He paid attention to the movements of his body, and to move his humanoid, he connected the skeleton and muscles with some wires, because of which he could move his hands and feet. He laid wires all over his creature's body. After completing its structure, Victor needed to insert all the organs in it. Now, how did Victor arrange it? During those days, there was also a war going on. He brought a lot of dead bodies from the battlefield, and while removing the organs of those dead bodies, he inserted those organs in his humanoid, just like a human being. The process of making this humanoid was very scary. Victor cut each and every dead body to find the right organs. In this humanoid, he inserted someone's eyes and someone's nose. Finally, when he completes this whole body from his side, he names it Frankenstein. He connects the heart of this body with a power machine, which revives his heart through electricity. After making the body, he just had to wait. Then a thunderbolt struck him, when the skylight fell on his silver antennas, and those antennas revived this humanoid. He named this humanoid Frankenstein. One day, the same storm comes. Victor thinks that his experiment will be completed today. And on the same day, the businessman who had done this whole experiment comes to Victor. Victor asks him, "Look, today the experiment will be completed. What do you want from me?" The businessman says, "What else would I want? I just want that when I die, you revive me like this body. And if you can't revive me, then put my heart and mind in this body." Hearing this, Victor says, "No, I will not mess with my body anymore." Hearing this, the businessman gets angry, and a fight breaks out between the two. In such a fight, the businessman also falls down and is killed. The skylight also falls on the towers that Victor had made. But despite this, Victor sees that his experiment was a failure. That humanoid, that is, Frankenstein, was not alive. Victor was completely broken now. His years of hard work were wasted. That's why he got tired and went to sleep. When he woke up in the morning, he couldn't believe his eyes. Frankenstein could walk. He was standing in front of his eyes. He is scared to see his creature, tied in ropes. His walk was very strange. Obviously, he was not a normal human being. The walk of a creature tied in ropes is like this. Anyway, every part of his body belonged to another person. This creature, divided into small pieces, looked very scary. Victor himself was very scared of Frankenstein. That's why he locked Frankenstein in a secret room. Victor noticed that this big creature's mind is exactly like a newborn baby. Victor now teaches him to speak. First of all, he gives him a name. In front of him, he says, "I am Victor." Frankenstein also speaks in the same way, but in his scary voice, "I am Victor." With every passing day, Victor tried to teach him the life of a normal human being. But Victor forgot one thing, that in his mind, Frankenstein is a baby, and he has to treat him like a baby. A few days pass. William comes to meet Victor with his wife, Elizabeth. And when he comes, Victor gets scared, because Victor had killed Elizabeth's uncle. Victor does not meet Elizabeth now, but Elizabeth hears some sounds from the cellar. When he goes there, he meets Frankenstein. She was very surprised to see him, and she was happy with Victor's success. Looking at Frankenstein, she says, "You are very big." And here, Frankenstein asks him his name, and Elizabeth tells him her name. Elizabeth also tries to teach Frankenstein things.
She tells him 3 names: water, air, and fire. When Victor notices that Frankenstein is not understanding what he is taught, instead, he is understanding what Elizabeth has taught, because she is explaining to him at the level of children. So he starts feeling a little jealous. In this anger, he goes to his brother William and tells him to take Elizabeth away from here. The creature I have made is very dangerous. It has also killed Elizabeth's uncle. He also shows William Elizabeth's uncle's dead body and says, "If you and your wife love each other, then go away from here today, and I will also finish this creature of mine." William also agrees to Victor's words and takes Elizabeth out of here. And as soon as they leave, Victor also puts petrol in the whole palace and sets it on fire, because of which the whole palace is blasted, and Victor also flies out. His leg was so badly injured that it was completely broken, and with just a few wounds, it was attached to the back of his body. Seeing Victor's condition, William gets worried and takes him with him and Elizabeth to the city. After which, the scene cuts here and the movie comes back to the present, where in the present, we were shown that Frankenstein came out of the water safely, and to take his revenge, he also went inside the ship. And he also started setting fire to some parts of the ship. Now the captain himself goes in front of Frankenstein and asks him, "Is it true what your dad told you? Are you really so dangerous that you kill humans?" Frankenstein says, "No, it is half the truth. I have never killed any human. Yes, I definitely agree that I am angry with Victor. I want to take revenge from him for what he did to me. He had left me in the burning palace. I struggled to save my life, and I came out of the basement. That way used to go into the jungle. I wandered in the jungle for many years." He says that Victor never even thought about it, that I was a child at that time. How did I live in that world? I endured the difficulties. Even the animals used to run away after seeing me. I was very lonely. If some hunters saw me in the jungle, they would immediately attack me because they thought I was a devil. Once again, some hunters see him. He can't escape from them, and the hunters shoot him. To save his life, he runs away from here. He comes to a house and hides in it. When he regained consciousness, he saw that all his wounds had healed. Frankenstein was telling everything in amazement. He says, "I saw again in that house. There were a lot of diseases in that house. I realized that I should have a family like that. There should be people with whom I can talk." Frankenstein used to see that an old man used to teach his granddaughter something. He used to understand everything secretly. He used to listen to her language. He used to learn and note her behavior. Even in the heart of Frankenstein, there is a desire to become a part of this family. He used to see how family members go to their work and fulfill the needs of the house. He also decided to fulfill the needs of the house. Sometimes he used to bring bundles of wood from the forest and keep them with him. Sometimes he used to hunt deer and bring them. This family is surprised that who is helping them. Then Grandpa says that it is possible that God is helping us. Anyway, some time passes and this family decides to leave the house and go to the city. But their grandpa stays here. It turns out that Grandpa could not see, but he could hear, and he always knew that Frankenstein was living in their house. He used to consider Frankenstein as a human being, and he also knew that Frankenstein used to help him. After his family left, Frankenstein comes in front of him, and old men accept him as their family member. As long as they live with Frankenstein, they teach him to live like a human being, teach him to read, and teach him to do all the human work. One day, Frankenstein learns everything, and Grandpa is talking to him. He asks him, "Where did you come from?" Frankenstein is shocked to hear this question because he did not even have the answer. Grandpa explains to him, "You must remember where you were last time." Frankenstein says, "Yes, I remember where I came from. I can go there." Grandpa explains to him, "You go there, you will know about your life." Listening to him, Frankenstein goes to the same lab where Victor had made him. Here he learns about Victor's experiment. He is surprised to know that he was not born, but was made.
And he gets Victor's address from here. He decides to go to Victor and request him to make another creature like him, with whom he can live in this world, can survive. After knowing about himself, he immediately goes to Grandpa to tell him the good news that he has found out about himself. But what he sees there is that the wolves had attacked Grandpa, and Grandpa was in the state of death. Seeing this, he broke down. He said to Grandpa, "You can't leave me. You are my only companion in this world." During that conversation, old men's sons come here, who consider Frankenstein a monster and shoot him from behind. To escape them, Frankenstein runs away and comes out. This man shoots him so many times that he falls down. He thought he was dead, but he just fainted. The next day, he regained consciousness, but now Grandpa was no longer with him. His children took him away. Frankenstein now knew what to do. He had to go to Victor. He had already found Victor's address on the way. When he reached Victor, he saw that Victor and his brother William were partying. Seeing this, he got angry that he is living in this pain and Victor is living a luxurious life. In this anger, he attacks Victor and says that I will kill you. Victor also says to him, "I want you to kill me. I am sorry that I made a terrible creature like you. I have been regretting since the day I made a monster like you." Frankenstein says to him, "I am not a monster." But Victor does not listen to him and attacks him with a bullet. But Elizabeth comes in front of Frankenstein and eats Frankenstein's bullet. Frankenstein broke again, because Grandpa and Elizabeth were the ones who considered him a human. In grief, he picks up Elizabeth and leaves the party. At home, because of his wife's death, William was also in shock. He says to Victor that you ruined everything. Although Victor kept apologizing to him, but still William kicks him out of his house. Victor was very angry with Frankenstein that his brother's life was ruined because of him. To take revenge, he finds Frankenstein again and goes to him in anger. Victor says to him, "I will take my revenge from you." Frankenstein says, "If you want to take your revenge from me, then find me," he says and leaves. Years go by. For many years, Victor followed Frankenstein. He took many things with which he could kill Frankenstein. One day, Frankenstein himself came to him and said, "What do you have to kill me? Give it to me. I will kill myself. But if I don't die, I will kill you." Victor holds dynamite in, because of which Frankenstein gets blasted. But as always, he doesn't die and comes back to life after a while. And after that, he was after Victor because now, as he said, he wanted to kill Victor. When he was torturing Victor, when he was killing him, that's why Victor called the captain and his people to help him. This was the same scene that was shown to us at the start of the movie. In the present, Frankenstein was telling this story to the captain and Victor. He says to Victor, "I didn't want anything more from you. I didn't even want to kill you from my heart. In the beginning, I just wanted to find you and tell you to make another one like me, with whom I can spend my life." After hearing this, Victor's eyes shed tears, and he apologizes to Frankenstein that I didn't trust you, which I had made myself. Victor was in a very bad condition. He was about to die. But before dying, he tells Frankenstein that you will have to live in my place, and you will have to forgive me. Frankenstein forgives Victor. And seeing this ending, all the people of the ship start crying. Finally, Frankenstein gets off the ship and sends this ship to the sea, freeing it from the ice. All the people become free just because of Frankenstein. Coming back, everyone shakes hands with Frankenstein. Frankenstein was sad to see people going away from him one more time. But now he had decided that he will spend this life alone. And like this movie ends here. Hope you enjoyed the video.